Welcome back to another Spinato Spin. Super to have you here. The month of January is flying by. The year is flying by. And thank God the cold weather we just had is flying by. In the middle of a thaw here. Always good to do that. What are we talking about this week? I think the most important thing you could talk about now, and really for a long time, you ever want to do whatever you want to do and set goals and hit goals, is really time management, right? Doesn't the clock matter? This one has no hands on it, but that's pretty interesting. But either way, a clock is really what runs our life, isn't it? Isn't it beneficial for us to actually manage that and learn how to control that, and lead the time and not have the time lead us? Well, there's a lot of things you can do basically to improve your time management. And one of them is to decide how you want to spend your time. There's a great self-talk that I heard. Very powerful, real simple. Cuts right to the chase when it comes up to that. It really says, and really it's you talking to you, right? Me talking to you talking to you. You are responsible for choosing when and where and how you spend your time. You see, that's a given, right? You are responsible. No one else is really in charge of your time, are they? No one else sets the clock for you. You set the clock for yourself. So you are responsible for choosing when and where and how you spend your time. And you choose to spend your time in a way that creates the greatest benefits in your life. Now think about that. Think about your life. Imagine if you chose and you decided to use your time so wisely and so much to your advantage that it created the greatest benefits you could possibly have come out of those couple of minutes, come out of those couple hours, come out of those couple of days, come out of those couple of weeks. That's all up to you. That's what the time management, the power of it is. We talk about the sun. The sun sets every day, right? The sun goes up and the sun goes down. That's all part of time management. What we do in between that time is really going to determine who we are. And if we look back and we look around us, the people that control that time, that amount of space that they have, it's what they do with it. There's an old saying, and it probably is so true, but it's scary. It's like the difference between winning and losing is this much, and that's so close, it's scary. Well, you know what it is? We're only here for a flicker. We're only here for a flicker of time. And that's all we get. If you think about the whole history of the world's been around for millions and millions of years, and we are lucky enough to live to the ripe old age of 100, that's only a flicker of time. You got to make the most of what you can. You got to make the most you can of what you got. It's all up to you. I keep saying that over and over, and I keep that to be the theme. It's your time. It's your time to do stuff. You got to work on it. And you got to get better and better. And I'll tell you one thing. Self-talk is a great concept because it covers 4 simple things that is all designed into the human mind. Number 1, the first thing that we are is we're programmed. I don't care what anybody says. We're all programmed. But you know what happens with our programming? We start to develop beliefs. We start developing beliefs. And once we start developing a belief, we develop an attitude. And once we start with an attitude, we start getting emotional. You ever see somebody who has a good attitude about their team, their job, whatever it is? They have an attitude that they have a great job or they have a great position. Contrary to that, right? They're not happy. They have an attitude that's not good. And they're all emotional and sour and stressed and not feeling well. But that's not you. You got to understand one thing. Number 1, once you get your programming, your beliefs, and your attitude comes together and your emotions, that's when you start to act. You act on emotions. Don't let people push your buttons. Don't let things like that. You got to control your time. You got to control your emotions. And you got to start controlling things. You know what? The next one is the moon, right? They say reach for the moon because even if you reach for the stars, you might hit the moon. It's like chasing perfection, right? They say if you chase perfection, what are you going to catch in the middle? You're going to catch greatness. You're going to create some sort of thing that you're very good at just by chasing perfection. Well, reach for the stars and you might just hit the moon. Opportunity. That's our next one, right? We're only promised two things in life. That's all it is. You ever say, oh, I want to promise you this, I want to promise. Well, here's your promise. Number one, you're going to get an opportunity. And number two, you're going to get a hard time. Up to that, it's all up to you from there, right? Up to that, it's going to be totally on how you handle it. 90% of what we and how we handle things is the battle. Only 10% is what happens. It's 90% of the time that we're faced with how we're going to handle these tough times. And they're going to keep coming. Don't worry about that. But you got to have yourself ready to go. Time management is key, right? Isn't time management key? Nobody wins unless they manage the clock. Understand that. Part of time management is managing you. Start controlling your mind. Program yourself to be positive. Program yourself to think the right way. Program yourself to have a good attitude. Change your limiting beliefs to something good, something positive, that you can do something. And the last one there is work, right? We all got to work. Here's the old saying too. When does success ever come before work? And think about that. You never get success ahead of work, right? You think about it. Work only comes in the dictionary, okay? You got success never comes before the work, right? Only in the dictionary. You can look up success, and then a few pages down there, you'll see the word work. That's the only time that success ever comes before work. But you got to be tough. You got to stick it out. You got to give it all you can every second of the day. Tony Robbins talks about this. It's an old saying, but it's real simple. Constant, never-ending improvement. CANI, they call it, right? Constant, never-ending improvement. That's what you want to be. You want to be that type of person. You want to be the type of person that people are proud to be around, proud to feel good, but most important, when you look in the mirror, you can say something to yourself that I controlled my destiny. I controlled my time. Everybody, have yourself a great time enjoying the better weather. And of course, have yourself a great time hitting and reaching your goals and doing something special with your life. We'll catch you next time on the Spinato Spin. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.